Recording started. So, hi guys, welcome to the weekly development session. Christian is excused for the day. Normally we do it for Mike, you were not there the last time. We have a new procedure. We start with team briefings. So, from the teams, people just say what happened the last week. If nothing happened, that's okay. We are all having our jobs and businesses to do. So don't shy away if there's just nothing to say. It's no reason to shy away. So the first half will be briefings, and second half will be discussion on topics that came out of the briefings or came during the week or things that people want to discuss. So I'm keeping notes, and yeah, as Mike, you had nothing to. You were not working the last couple of weeks, I assume. Do you want to give us a briefing?
No.
Or, okay, yeah, you skipped the briefing.
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, yeah. Sorry, I just had some personal stuff to deal with, and then last week there was a storm and we lost power for a bit. But yeah. So I'm gonna try and just get the VPI. I'm back to the VPI stuff, trying to get that set up and working. I tried to get it set up this week on my laptop, but it kind of took down my laptop. So I'm gonna, and my laptop's my daily driver, so it's the thing that I use for work. So I'm gonna try and set up a different machine for it essentially, so I can work on that just so that there's less risk for me during the day, sort of thing.
Yeah, perfect. Good idea. All right. I think there's Rebecca coming in and out. Ah, there she is. Welcome. Good morning. You're muted? Yes.
Good morning. How are you?
Good morning. Well, fine here. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well. It is early.
So because it's early, it's up to you. So you will give us anything briefing of the last week?
Sure. I went ahead and handed off some tasks to Josh to take a look at to see.
Cool.
I went ahead and handed off some items to him to see what he would like to work on. He can work in tandem with Brandon because some of their work is going to overlap. And Jannik informed me that he's going to start working on the user manual, and he's already picked out a tool for us to use on that, for everyone to use, it looks like.
Yes.
So that's where we're at right now.
Yeah. Perfect. Thank you. By the way, you have seen the Excel file of the data elements?
Yes, I have. Yes.
Okay, I worked on this I think 2 days ago, so there's a little update. I added some columns for examples and so forth. I would like to ask you whether you can just from your point of view just work it through and see whether everything is from your point of view correct.
Okay, I'll take a look at that today.
Perfect. Perfect. Okay, then from developer side, I'd say Boyan, go ahead.
Let's take my screen. Just a second. What I did. How can I do screen? You see my screen?
Yep, coming. Yep.
Okay, so we will be based on for climate control on a Teensy 4.1. We will have 8 thermistors on each heat sink or on heating side and a cooling side.
8.
And actually, what the new stuff I'm doing right now is control the each peltier element with two LT linear device, the chips, and I have the difficult time to find what is available, and so I didn't finish yet schematic. I'm working on it. This is pretty new stuff. This is like a from scratch. So I had to find the device available, widely available. So because I try many, so I found this. This is kind of this device right here is actually controlling the current, and this between this device, this is digital part, and Teensy we have SPI interface to controlling separately 4 peltiers. This is kind of each peltier will be maximum current 6 amps. Also, we will be add new power supply. So we're not using ATX power supply. We're gonna use 15 to 18 volts power supply because we have 4 peltiers. 4 by 6 is 24 amps. Can be. So I need to add on this schematic, but it looks like I need to make first the breadboard to check it out how this works before I making the board. So this is all I'm doing right now. So the Teensy 4.1, Teensy actually is pretty new for me. I learning a little bit and stuff like that. I mean, this is same like Arduino, but a little more, not little, very powerful. And I spoke with Christian. We gonna switch PTZ head and climate control or everything we doing in the future on a Teensy 4.1 or whatever is coming after. You know, speaking Teensy, this is the very good processor. You know, very strong processor, and so we can. So this is all about I'm working right now. So. Nothing new to add. I didn't finish. Maybe next Sunday I will have the breadboard and with some results and stuff like that.
Perfect. Thank you, Boyan.
No problem.
Oops, you have to unshare somehow.
That screen. Okay, unshare. How can I unshare?
No.
Did I? No. I did it.
Yeah. Anyhow. No, it's still.
Did I unscreen? Did I unscreen? Oh.
Still there.
Just
press
damn.
Stop sharing.
Where?
Oh, good question. There's a button on the.
Okay, screen. I'll stop sharing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yay.
One question, Boyan. The Teensies are set on the breadboard, and you have these connector pods, so you can exchange it.
Because due to problem with the chips, everybody knows. I was thinking about using because I need to control the constant current through the peltier. With the constant current, but digital. So I have some classic constant current drivers, blah blah blah. You need to set up manually, but this doesn't work. We need to, in order to get everything in a feedback loop, to control temperature must be digitally controlled, and so I need to put Teensy on a breadboard, solderless breadboard with all the components and check everything before I made the boards, you know, because this driver for peltiers is pretty new and this is from building from scratch. So I cannot go just like that, put on a board. So I must first check it out, how this works and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I can, make a board so people can play with this around, So this is kind of will be a little tricky, I'm telling you. But this is what it is.
You will do it. You will make it, I'm sure.
Yeah, but I mean, time consuming, but this is what it is.
Yeah.
No
true.
way, no another way. Yeah.
Yeah, true. But thank God there's a lot of other stuff to do, so
Yeah.
we still have time. There's still time left.
I mean, this circuitry is just for developing.
Yeah.
The working circuitry will be less with less components. Will be much easier. But in order to make software firmware on a Teensy working right, you gotta do through all this stuff. So my understanding, the Brad will send me whole thing so I can test it. No. Yes.
That's
Okay.
the goal. Yeah, that's the goal.
Yeah.
But he's not finished yet,
Yeah.
so here's just issues. He's just thinking about the different heat sinks, and they George and him will use different heat sinks, so he needs to have different frames that are built in. And I want to rework the shape of the tube, so to make it even thermoformable. So I have to slant the walls a little bit. So there will be coming updates, but for the testing, that's certainly fine.
My problem is to make this control unit less than $100.
Yeah.
But right here in the USA, Teensy costs like a 4.1 is cheaper than 3.6, like a $29.
Look.
So the aluminum box and a board and components with Teensy must be less than $100.
Yeah, would be
I
nice.
think this is, especially when you're making little, like a higher production, like 100 boards or 100 units, this will be possible, but right now can be little over, but this is what it is.
Okay. Yeah, thank you, Boyan. Lionel, hello. Good to see you.
Hello.
Can we hear you? No, you're muted.
Hi, hello.
Hi.
So quick update for me. So I haven't made much progress. More like no progress at all because I had I'm on holiday starting now for 1 week.
Oh, nice.
And it was a rush at work. I had no time at all. But I hope I can get something done this week.
Mm-hmm.
So in terms of as last week, speed, azimuth, and determine the location of the next bounding box.
Yeah.
So that's still my goal. Okay.
I've just a question for you. Looking at the material that Mike produced and that's uploaded on the drive, they're JSON files. And can you work from that JSON files, or did you produce your own?
Well, so the JSON file, actually, the ideal situation would be that it's all in a single data set. So that's a step, a development step that that would be nice to have at this stage. Was that instead of having multiple JSON file, to have like one big data set that's persisted somehow by maybe dumping it to a CSV file and reading that same data set.
Mm-hmm.
But that would be the ideal situation, would be to have a single data set. But for now, that's not a blocker for me, because I'm still in the algorithm.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still thinking about the algorithm. So the amount of training data is not an issue at this point. But at some point, I think, but it's not a big change. That's probably something I could manage. But I think that would be the way to go, to have one big data set of bounding boxes with maybe unique identifier, because I'm not sure the track ID can be used as identifier for now, because I think it's multiple tracks could have the same track ID.
The idea
Like-
is that there's a master control program that for any event it gives out it stores it in the in the database, and therefore it gets a GUID, so a unique identifier. So at the moment when an event is recognized and the MCP is informed, it bounces back with a GUID, and Mike can store the JSON files according to this GUID. Let's call it GUID.json, for example. So the idea is to have a package of everything per event.
Okay, so the detection of a bounding box, that's one event.
The detection of an event is a separate event from other events.
Like once you have a track of bounding box, that's an event. Or is a single bounding box an event? Or
No, the track. The track consists
Okay.
of, I don't know, 30, 40 steps or so, for example.
yeah,
Yeah.
some series of
Yeah.
of bounding box, and yeah. But now I don't think so. How does it work now? Because now the track ID, I don't think it's a unique identifier. Is it?
Yeah, Mike, for now it's just a test.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's basically the video has a GUID associated with it, and then there can be several tracks associated with that video, and they
that
just
video,
numerical. Yeah. So, can I
Okay.
ask a question?
Go ahead.
Do you have enough? I still have a couple of folders that I need to work through with regards to filtering out training data and stuff, or do you have enough at the moment?
Yeah. Well, well, for me, I'm sure. Well, I think that it's not a good use of your time to classify the videos now. But that's just me. Maybe somebody else could have a different opinion. But the classification is not the current step for me.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, Jannik, you will give us a short briefing of the last week?
Yes, I can. As always, I can only work on Sundays. So today I was working on the user manual because Rebecca gave me a little task with the weather API, and in this weather API task, there's also the task that I should do a little description of this API in the manual. So I just started to do the whole first draft of this manual.
All right.
So, and what I proposed was that we use a tool called Overleaf. So that's a Overleaf. Yes, that's an online LaTeX editor.
Okay.
And you need a subscription, but I have one with my university, and I can, as I understand it, I can invite all people that I want.
Really?
To collaborate. Yes.
Okay.
And I just invited Rebecca to it, and so I think that's a really, really good tool to write all the documentation, basically.
Mm-hmm.
So I can quickly share my screen if you like,
Go ahead.
and then I can show you what I did. Let's see. It should be this one, I guess. Can you see that now?
Coming.
So that's that's how the tool looks like, and you can, on the left, you can write your text as LaTeX, and if anyone wants to put in some text and doesn't know LaTeX, he or she can also just send me the text, and I can implement that. That would be no problem at all. And on the right, you see the PDF version of that. So. And the question for me is actually the user manual. Should that be only for the GUI actually, or should that be for basically the whole thing? So
I'd rather say it's not an end user manual; it's a developer manual. What do you think?
I think so too. That would be most helpful for now, I guess. So everyone is on the same page somehow, in some way, by just looking at these developer thing, and I think so too. So there are a bunch of how-tos now in this PDF, just as a placeholder, and I just added some stuff that would be related to our Sky 360 stuff. So another section here with external data sources and some text describing that. You can have footnotes with links and stuff, and you can make nice tables and everything you want, basically. So you can make math notation. You can even include code if you want, if it's necessary for some stuff. Pictures, anything you want. Here I just make an example table with some of the hardware. And I guess that could be helpful to have everything in one place, right? Which everyone can look up and check.
Yep, absolutely. That would be a great contribution and of great value for all developers. Do you think in one manual for developers, or split it into several manuals for particular topics?
Yeah, I'm not sure about that. We could split it in hardware and software, or we have all in one place. I mean, I don't mind to have everything in one place, and we point everyone to the ClickUp place where it's stored, basically, and everyone can look into it and send me sections or subsections that they want to include, and I just implement it. That's very easy for me.
Wow, okay, so that's a service.
Yeah, I mean that's really easy for me because I'm used to writing reports all the time. So I'm happy to do that because it gives me the feeling of being productive, let's say.
Great.
Hey, and it's easy for me. Yeah.
Okay. Hey, that's a grand idea, first of all, and thank you very much for taking this over. And be aware you will be bombarded because we have a lot of material that has to run into this.
Yeah, no problem. I'm happy to do that.
It's very good if you take that over, that part, because it's a very crucial part to have all this documentation in one place.
Yeah. Okay.
Perfect.
Nice.
Perfect.
Yeah, that's basically what I did today. So.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Okay.
That's a very valuable point.
Okay.
Latex is very nice. It makes so nice renderings of formulas, for example. I love it.
Right. Yeah.
May I inject a off-the-cuff remark, which would be something, just as a thinking out loud kind of thing. I do like the idea of all of it being essentially in one spot, simply because I work on a lot of different things, and I don't want to have to go to 14 references to figure out whatever. So just as my vote, for lack of a better term, would be, it's going to be a little longer. You put the more arcane things for those people that need them, but you still only have one spot to go to, and I find that the most beneficial arrangement for me personally, and I think a lot of people probably would feel that way. Yeah. So just a remark in passing.
Yeah.
Okay. Totally nice. Agreed. Yes. And it also has these hyperlinks here that can be handy. So if you want to go to a section, you don't have to scroll. You just click here, and then you're there. So.
Yeah, I noticed that, and I think that's excellent also.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Great.
Okay. So I try to stop sharing.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, that worked, I guess.
Perfect. Yep. So briefing's done. Let's say. Any topics you want to discuss, right now? We can also make a short meeting today if you prefer. I mean, it's Sunday. Most of you have family, so I'd say we can shorten this for today, not make it 2 hours, just 1 hour. Okay for you? Okay.
I have a question though.
Go ahead.
Talking about the imaging sensor that you asked me about. So I have access to all that, but the problem is on the USB 3.0. So the end goal is for that to run through USB 3.0, but what's the signal going to be? Is it MPEG 4, MPEG 5?
MPEG 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I've got some other engineers I can talk to this week, and I'll get back to you on that.
Okay, great. Good. The thing is that the European manufacturers have issues with material. They don't get anything into Europe at the moment. Yeah, it's a mess. And products that are on the shelf in their storages are double the price.
Yeah, I know. I just got through dealing with that. We had to raise our prices of cameras by $800 because the price of the chips went up €500. Just the chip.
Okay.
Yeah. So we had to raise our prices, unfortunately.
Yeah. That's a bad situation because let's say Christian is working on the Indie implementation so that we get a hardware abstract layer for any kind of camera. So he implemented it yet. Today he reported this to us. And so this Indie library is very valuable because you can hook on a USB camera, a MIPI cam, an RTSP cam, whatever have you, and it reports it as a local device and can be used and produces a stream that can be worked on. So at the moment, Christian has several cameras, but not the camera we actually want to have. We want to focus on, which is, I'm just making an example now, Tommy. It's the IMX 541. It's square chip. It has 20
square pixels,
square pixels, 20 megapixels. Pixel size is perfect. It's a Preaches, Sony Preaches. Has a nice range. It goes from 300 to 1100 nanometers. It's not available. So we can wish for it, but it's not available. So the thing is, we want to have it as soon as possible because it hinders, let's say, Christian from proceeding in his work. And he can only work with, let's say, RTSP cams or USB webcams with less resolution or less sensitivity and what have you. Yeah, it's it's not the thing we want to. So the earlier the better. And we have a huge demand actually. Because we want to roll out 150,000 stations, and so actually that could also be a business case for companies to say
a motivator,
starting small and you got the idea.
Oh yeah.
Okay. If there are no topics from your side right now, I'm just wanted to inform you about we decided last weekend to start a user interface design contest. The idea is to let the Discord member base work on that, or people who are good in user interface design can work on that. And Tommy was so nice as to donate an award. So it will be an Amazon. Is okay, Tommy, if I say that?
Yeah.
Okay. It will be an Amazon gift card. So that's the reward for the winner. And the thing is that the contest shall start on 1st of March. So actually in a couple of days. And she'll run for 6 weeks. And then we have 2 weeks for voting. Let's say we put it on these designs, we put them in Discord and let people vote on them. And then we see which ones are the most liked ones. And then we can even take, we do not have to take the interface as it is because it is the winner. The idea is to take the best ideas to get the best breed out of what we get. So what I want to say is someone, even if he's not the winner of the grand prize, maybe there are some aspects in his design that are valuable, and we will take them over. That's the idea. Just to make a best of breed. Do you agree, Rebecca?
Yes, and actually, speaking of the UI contents, I thought maybe we should add a couple or another view. One, that we may not be using now, but we'll be using in the future. Something like a user login, where people will put in their email information and their location information, something like that. I think that's missing from what we have right now.
Right. So the user account view, kind of. Credentials, accounting, profile, whatever we call it.
Oh, that would be cool. That'd be cool if you could, identify every hub out there on a map.
Yeah. Yeah, we will. That's certainly a feature, and I want to even go that way that the name of the station is automatically set by the system.
That's what I mean.
So when you register with a new setup, you get automatically a new tag. So that we do not end up with very weird names.
Like we do now. You don't like your miner name?
I don't know how to associate this.
It is kind of weird. I get it.
It is weird. Yeah, that's a good point. I will add this.
Sorry, guys, that's a private joke. When he hooked up his miner, the miner automatically assigns you an ID. So if I look you up on a map, I can see your miner on an ID, but it's some crazy name. Like mine is called Oblong Cream Frog because I'm on a lake. His is Hallow Canvas Boa.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah. It should. Yeah, the idea is just it has a little bit more serious touch to it.
Ancient Helium Network. Go to helium.com and you'll see it. You'll see all about it.
Yeah.
And look at go into resources and hit Explorer and you'll see a map of the world. And then just zoom in and you'll see all the green dots. And then click on a green dot and you'll see a list of all the names of the miners that are in that green dot.
So these are automatically given names, and because automatically they are just weird.
Yeah.
And I actually want to have it like a country code and then a running number. So, because it's a global network, it's just of interest whether it's in the USA or in Finland or in Brazil, and then it's just a running number. Yeah. Okay. That was the idea with that. All right. I have nothing else on my table here. So if you guys do not have anything on your topic list, you want to discuss anything else, or you want to save the time for the Sunday, the family? Yes, I see Mike nodding. All right. So guys, that's a short meeting of today. We do not have to force it to be 2 hours. We will just give it the frame of having at least 2 hours. But if it's not, that's okay. All right then. The GUI challenge will start on 1st April, and we want to post it in a dedicated channel on Discord. So that all discussions about the challenge is in one channel. All right then, I'd say I stop